Welcome back, guys. I've been gone for 2 weeks, which is a pretty usual situation for y'all guys out there. Yeah, well, where have I been? I don't know. I was sick, and then I was in Italy for a week. So now I'm back. I think I told you in the last video that we are going to talk a little bit about arrangement in the next video, which is the video right here today. I think what we are going to do today is we are going to combine that topic of arrangement with using loops, because it's important to use loops if you're serious about making music, in my opinion, because it gives you a quicker workflow. It also helps you to network with other producers, so don't underestimate using loops. And in this video we're going to talk a little bit about how you can make loops into your own creations, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're using loops, it sometimes feels like you're cheating and it doesn't really feel like you, but there's much more to making music than just making melodies, you know, that you can. We're gonna talk about that in this video, so let's just get right into it. I have this loop right here by Sliding Boy. He has very fire loops. I think he offers this loop hack for download in his shop. Maybe it's for maybe you have to buy the pack. Let's check before I give you any wrong information. Yeah, that one. The Lost in New Jazz Loop Kit. It's fire as fuck, in my opinion. There's a free version, as you see here. Check it out. It has really good loops in it. So let's just listen to the melody. So it's this West Coast X New Jazz type of direction. I really enjoyed that. It feels like it's a genre that I'd make naturally, you know. It just happens to be a genre that's out there. Okay, so what I like to do is I usually don't use loops that don't have these stems attached at the end. That's really important for my, I don't know, for my workflow, because as I said, we want to make this stuff a little bit more unique, and it's way easier to do that if you have the loops, the stems attached. Okay, usually I just go through the stems and I see which ones of the melodies which I really enjoy. Okay, that seems to be a top layer of some sort. Let's get it on top and see how it sounds. Yeah, that sounds good. And you know, by using loops, you also learn a lot, in my opinion, because when you make loops all the time from scratch on your own, you stay in this bubble. And if you use loops by other producers, especially if they have the stems attached, you can analyze what they're doing. For example, he's layering the chords with different instruments, and I very rarely, if ever, do that. I learned a lot from that, and I can use that for my own productions, and it's great. Yeah, of course we need that crazy lead.
Yo guys, guess what? My phone thought it would be a great idea to launch a software update in the middle of this. So, no face cam for the rest of this video.
Let's see if you want to use the bass. I have not yet found this bass sound. It's so fire, man, but let me ask him right now where he got that bass from. And that's another thing. You can just reach out to whoever made the loop, ask him for a specific sound that you have looked for in a while, and he can tell you where it's from, and we can help each other out, you know? Okay, fire, let's use it. Okay, and what I usually do then is I export all the melodies, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Before we export everything, we could try to repitch the entire loop, which is a good way of making the loop your own without doing too much, you know. So let's see how it sounds pitched down by a semitone. Maybe up too. Oh no, I like E minor. I don't know, I have a weak spot in my heart for E minor. I don't know what it is. Whenever I make a beat, I really enjoy the E minor scale. I don't know what it is. It just sounds fire. Yeah, let's keep it as it is. And now let's start exporting. So let's export the loops from the A section. And I always do that because that way I can mix the melody a little bit to my own liking. But first I will have to export the B section as well. I hope you can follow along with what I'm doing here because I have a very, very weird workflow. And now we have all these stems, which basically all sound the same, but you can route them to different mixer tracks and you don't have to make every melody unique. It's just a little bit quicker. Okay, now I usually put the main melody in the first insert and I just hear how it sounds. Yeah, let's see how it sounds with the different layers. I'd like that to be a little bit wider. I want some more reverb on that. Maybe we can go into Valhalla Vintage Verb. I have some user presets. I think I'm just gonna go into goddamn. Yeah. Let's bounce it from left to right a little bit. To add some more stereo separation. Why can't I just move it? Okay, we're gonna use Shaperbox because this is pissing me off. Yeah, let's put it down a little bit, you know, like that, maybe. Yeah, let's not think too much about it. Let's get right into the next layer. Let's check out the other instruments. Okay, that seems to be the exact same sound as this one, so we're gonna put it in the same mixer track. Maybe we're gonna decide. So I routed this melody right here and this melody right here to the same mixer track because it seems to be the same sound. And so if I decide to add effects on that, which I'm not sure about anyways, I'm gonna add the effects to channel 7. So that way I added both melodies the same way and they still sound the same. Yeah, you don't have to do that, but I want them to just sound like different melodies and not like different sounds, you know? I think that needs some compression. I like that a little bit more. If you didn't see my if you're new to the channel and you didn't see my last few videos, you're probably wondering why I closed my eyes.
No, because they can't see you.
So if I'm not sure about whether I like the effect I added or not, I just close my eyes. I click this effects on off button a few times, so I don't know if the effect's on or off right now. I let it play. Then I turn the effects on or off. Yeah, in that case I like it more like this. And that's the with the effects. So it seems like I did something wrong. I like that. What I don't like too much is all that right here. I usually don't cut stuff like that out. I only cut out the really low frequencies and the really high frequencies. The rest I just use the bell shape or the shelf function, because there's a lot of life in there. Even though I don't like that frequency space too much, I keep a little bit of the frequencies in there to not drain the life from the entire thing, you know what I'm saying? I like it. Maybe we could add the reverb on that as well. Not like that, that's a little bit too much. Just to set the scene, you know? Yeah, and I think that's gonna do it for the melody. Oh, what I always do for my melodies, I don't know. Now we have added some effects, okay? And one of the effects I added is Valhalla Vintage Verb, which will turn itself on and off every few seconds because I only use the demo version. So what you do in this situation, and I don't really know if it's legally wise to tell you this, but you can just export all your melodies again.
A few moments later.
Okay, great. And now we can just add all of these tracks which we used for mixing to the right, which is something I do if I want to use the effects again for any other element in the beat. And there we have it. We can now route all of the melodies to a separate mixer track, which is something I like to do. You have to be a little bit careful with that because the person who made the loop probably already had a melody bus, which he routed all his melodies through. It's just, you have to decide situation by situation if you want to do what I'm gonna do right here. If the melody already sounds very compressed and is very loud, you shouldn't do what I'm doing in this next step, but you see it's jumping a lot in volume, so I just want to compress the melody bus a little bit so it's more glued together in a sense, you know? Okay, let me again check whether I want to repitch this thing right here. Oh yeah, that sounds nice. Let's add a little bit of distortion. Yeah, that sounds fire. What was that sound that I just made? I think I creamed my pants. So let's listen to it with, in this case, without the pitch shifter before and after. It should be almost the same loudness. You see, having a melody bus with some basic effects can really elevate it. It sounds good in my opinion. I hope you think so as well. Sounds good. So let's add some drums. Yeah man, Sliding Boy, if you see that, you fucking cooked on the melody. It's fire. You see, we didn't do too much, but it's also a mindset training, you know, using loops. Because sometimes we as producers, we feel like we have to make everything from scratch so it sounds like us, but you really have to adopt this mindset of serving the music that you're making. And if the melody is fire, why should you make it worse, in the worst case, by adding your own stuff if it's good as it is, you know? Just serve the music and good things will happen. Quote of the day. I like that clap for this beat. It's a little bit lush, if you want to put it like that. I hope that's a word. Lush, isn't that this cosmetic place which sells the soap and stuff? I think so. We're gonna have to do something about the master. I always use the same mixer preset for the master, which is the one master. It's just a fruity parametric EQ boosting. I got that trick from Infinite, boosting the lows a little bit and the highs a little bit, and I use the out knob to push the sound into the soft clipper. This is a very important step actually for the entire beat, for how the beat will hit. So pay attention to this small but important step. And I always mix on a very quiet level in this step because I can hear the crunch of the 808 better. And if it's too loud, you get overwhelmed and you decide more by your gut feeling. I hope I'm describing this stuff right, but that's just how it feels to me. And if I adjust my headphones to a very quiet level. I decide more rationally in a sense. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's not overdo it. Okay, so when it comes to arrangement, the first tip I can give you if you're running a type beat channel is to have a long intro. I don't know if you're working in single or double time, but it should be about like more than 30 seconds long, because that way you are generating more watch time on your videos, which is something the YouTube algorithm likes. You want to start off strong by having the bass playing at first, or by having a lot of melody layers playing for the intro of the beat. That deters your listeners from just skipping to the next beat. What we could also do is add new elements to the beat, which is something I rarely do, but I want to do it for this beat right here. I just want to add a vocal, because that's pretty usual in the West Coast X New Jazz type beat scene to have a vocal for the intro of the beat. It sounds fire as fuck and it keeps the listener on the video.
El corazón late al ritmo de la melodía, pa' vivir, amar y bailar en armonía. El corazón late al ritmo de tu melodía.
Ooh. I wasn't too sure on the midsection of this, but I think we can make this work.
One eternity later.
So then let's build the intro. Yeah, let's cut the bass out here. I always like to have a interesting first section in the beginning. Then you can leave some space or add a few of the drum sounds in. It's just the way I do it. You don't have to do it the exact same way, but then add some other drums in there. Yeah, that's nice. And now we have the intro. You can really give the beat a lot of vibe in the arrangement section. I used to hate arrangement when I started making beats, but now I really enjoy it because you can make certain elements. You can make certain elements of the beat shine a lot if you arrange correctly. So yeah. I don't have a script for this video, so I'm just gonna shoot out tip after tip, and you see what you can make work for yourself. I like to cut off the claps. It gives the listener some kind of anticipation that something's gonna change. Sometimes I cut the hi-hats out as well with it. We have made this B section before. I'm gonna use it as a second chorus because I like to have different choruses in the beat. Yeah. At the end of the chorus, I always cut out some of the instruments, not some of the drums, because it leads to a smoother transition to the parts. The parts cannot be too busy, so there's a clear distinction between the chorus and the parts of the beat. Yeah, just keep that sentence in mind. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that's for industry type of stuff. I think that's the way to do it. I'm talking about industry stuff and have no industry experience. Yeah, and I think we're just gonna repeat that. We can do some changes as we go along, but let's just copy it over. Yeah, let's not use the 808 here. Let's actually do it like this. Where's this other busy thing? Ah, that one. going silent. I have to talk. I'm trying to force myself to talk today. Yeah, let's add the 808 over there. Put it, yes, put it, yes. Yeah, let's add some of the percussion elements in there again. Maybe the open head as well as the stomp for this bridge kind of section. It sounds fucking nice. So the main element of the chorus is basically this pad in the background that really sets apart the parts from the choruses. It's actually not too complicated. Just do it whatever you want. Be aware that the choruses should be a little bit more busy than the parts. And yeah, man, that's it. That's the basic arrangement of the beat. We can add some transition effects now to give it that last touch. What I forgot to mention, I always add a outro at the end to make the beats a little bit longer. You see, the outro is just basically the first chorus. Yeah, the first chorus without the pad. So it sounds a little bit more open. It's fire, man. It sounds good. It sounds good to me. I'm gonna add in some transition effects, and then you're gonna hear a snippet of the entire thing at the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next week. Uploads every Sunday. Sliding Boy, thanks for the loop. If you want some loop kits, I post free loop kits on my Instagram from starting today. Yeah. So check out my Instagram, follow me on there, and yeah, I see you in the next one.